Welcome to Did You Know number 38. Lana's got a couple of things, and then I've got a couple of things, and then we'll get to our question and answer.
All right, we're almost through 2 Kings. 2 Kings, chapter 20. 2 Kings, chapter 20, verse 11.
2 Kings 20:11. And Isaiah the prophet cried unto the Lord, and he brought the shadow 10 degrees backward, by which it had gone down in the dial of Ahaz.
Did you know, and some people may, and some people may not, that God brought the shadow of the sun 10 degrees backwards? Only God can mess with time. You know, you think, oh, man can mess with time. No, we can't add, we can't take away. And you're like, oh, but we change time, for each season. No, you just cause everybody to be mad, lose sleep, and you're not adding or taking away from time. You're just adding and taking away from my sleep. That's all.
Yeah, God actually made time go backward.
Yeah.
A lot of people know, when I was a kid, I heard the story about Joshua said, Lord, make the sun stand still. And he did, and so then the battle continued. That's where God made time stand still. But as a kid, I didn't learn this, that God actually there was a time when he made time go backward. 10 degrees backward. I don't have a sundial. I don't know how much time that is, but time went backward.
Yep. Let's see, the next one is 2 Kings chapter 20, verse 20.
20:20. And the rest of the acts of Hezekiah and all his might, and how he made a pool and a conduit, and brought water into the city, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Judah?
I wrote, Hezekiah made a pool, he made a conduit, and he got water to the city. So, especially the conduit. Like I've said plenty of times, people think that Old Testament people were stupid. They think that the people that built the pyramids, oh, how did they build it? It's so medieval looking, or not medieval, trivial or whatever. They can't figure out how it's still standing.
They figure people back then were stupid. They couldn't come out with these modern marvels like we do today.
Yeah. So, and he got the water to the city. So, he was a good, would you call him an engineer?
I would think so. Be able to engineer that water getting in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got two. My first one is Job 15:15. Book of Job 15:15. Behold, he, that's God, he putteth no trust in his saints. Yea, the heavens are not clean in his sight. Most people they understand Satan is the god of this world. There's all this sin and evil and wickedness that goes on in this world. Most people think that heaven is pure, there's no sin there. And certainly around God's throne there is no sin, but most people don't understand there's a rebellion in the heavens. Satan is the prince of the power of the air. A third of the angels rebelled with him. So the heavens are not reconciled back to God yet. They're not clean, just like the earth isn't clean. Then my second one, Esther 5:14. Esther 5, verse 14. Then said Zeresh, his wife, and all his friends unto him, Let a gallows be made of 50 cubits high, and tomorrow speak thou unto the king, that Mordecai may be hanged thereon. Then go thou and merrily with the king unto the banquet. And the thing pleased Haman, and he caused the gallows to be made. A cubit is at least 18 inches. Some cases it's up to 21 inches. If we take the lower measurement of 18 inches, he had gallows made that were 75 feet high. Hey, that's pretty high to hang somebody on. You got them way up there like that. And a funny thing is, again, that goes to the engineering thing, that they were able to make something that high back then. And it was made for Mordecai to be hanged on. Haman is the one who had it made. Well, if you go to chapter 7 and verse 10, it says, so they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king's wrath pacified. And then if you go to chapter 9, verse 14, and the king commanded it so to be done, and a decree was given at Shushan, and they hanged Haman's 10 sons. So, and verse 13 says they were to hang them upon the gallows. So, a man makes a gallows to be 75 feet high to hang somebody else. He's the one who gets hung on it, and then his 10 sons get killed on it too. So, be careful in making gallows. I guess that's the point.
Well, also, gallows. Usually, if you think of a gallows, you're thinking of a Western movie. You know, because a lot of people were hanged on gallows back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, you did something wrong, they took you out back and hung you up. And so most people don't realize gallows have been around forever.
Yeah, and high too, 75 feet high. Okay, our question last time, what is Esther's real name? We had 2 people get it correct. Congratulations to Charles Martel and to Noam Chan. I probably pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. But we have both of you got it correct. The answer is in Esther chapter 2, verse 7. Esther 2, verse 7. And he brought up Hadassah, that is Esther, his uncle's daughter. So Esther's real name was Hadassah. So congratulations to Noam Chan and also to Charles Martel for getting that correct. And our question for this time, who was the greatest man of the East? Who was the greatest man of the East? I need the name of the person and give me the scripture reference. Who was the greatest man of the East? Okay, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.